We had a flat in Crouch End, and Martin Gerard helped us sell that flat, and that's where the relationship started. Our experience was so brilliant, and this was, first-time buyers at the time, and we were selling it for the first time, and they held our hand really nicely. They showed us the way, the right things to do, guided us with pricing, made sure we got the maximum amount for our property as well. And seeing back, sometimes I do go on Rightmove and see what the flat is still worth, and we feel like we got the best value still. And this is 10 years on. And we bought this house, and now we are selling the house. Again, it was the same experience. So having gone through those circles of should we sell, should we not sell, and Craig was there every single time. And then when we finally decided that, no, we're going to go for it, I mean, we didn't look, we didn't contact anyone else. It was just Martin Gerard. Craig came in, and we talked it through what the process is going to be, what are our must-haves and non-negotiables. And Craig was very clear about how he's going to make those things happen, and what the guidance would be for him as well, as to what the expectations for the market is, where are we right now in the market, understanding our situation, and just coming together with a plan. And not being, you come together. He knew what we wanted. We knew what were his priorities to make the best for us. And then coming together with a plan of what we are going to do next was brilliant. The three things that impressed me a lot about Craig, and both of us, my husband and I, were clarity on where we are at, what do we need to do, and what are the steps to get there. So most of the time it is like a black art, whereas he was very thorough, very timely, because I run a very busy business. I've got a very busy life. So someone who is on time, and I know they're going to show up, they're going to do the things they said they're going to do, is very, very important. So that was the other thing. And just transparency. Because you need to know the process, and whose side is the person on sometimes as well. And when you're going through the emotional sale of a property you've been for a decade, it's very important. So we felt like it was very safe in Craig's hand, because it was very honest and transparent. The trust in Martin Gerard specifically, and then following on with Craig, because I do feel like he's embodying the values of the company he works for, which is brilliant. You don't see that a lot. It starts from when we sold our first flat. And as I said, Martin Gerard were really good at holding our hand. And then when we moved here, they were still, the people in Crouch End, the team were in touch with us. And then they said, now that you're in Finchley, we hand over the relationship to Craig. And that is just after we are moving in as well. But they still were there, a part of our journey. And then once the relationship was handed over, Craig came to see us, and we went through the journey of should we rent or move close to family. Craig was always there. He was always there holding our hand, and nothing was too much. He would tell us what it was like at that time. And so for us, it is when the decision point came, the trust was already built up over a period of time, and then you just, eyes closed, we know where we're going. And so, the values of Martin Gerard are really exemplary for the team they have in place. Absolutely. Value for money is a very interesting point to discuss, because what you put value on is a very personal thing. So for me, what I put value on is the ease of the transaction, stress-free. I wanted to make sure the right person is buying this property, because we started our family here, and our son loves this place. So it's going to be very difficult for him to move. But so that's value for me, knowing that if there are interviews happening or people coming to see, I know that the house is looked after. I don't have to worry about the keys. They think 10 steps ahead. So I don't have to project manage it. So for me, that's where the value lies. So for us, it was very easy, where it was all organized on set days. It was communicated really well. There was a phone call before viewings. There were emails to confirm after that. Everything was printed out when we got the offers. Craig recommended us a really lovely lawyer. So, you look at those hurdles, and Craig made sure that he could see the hurdle before us and guide us through them before we even knew that they were coming. And that's, for me, is the best value for money. And then, the rest just falls in place. Presentation of the property wise, it was a brilliant outcome. And I was very happy with, again, being very professional. As soon as we made the decision, I had all the communications, all the people contacted. They were very understanding of the timelines because, again, I'm very busy running around. So it was very nice to know that, again, a team of proper professional people are doing this. So yeah, for us it was very, and the outcome was absolutely brilliant. I'm gonna use that for my future memories. It's not going away. So yes, it is used for marketing and selling and stuff, but it's memories for us as well. So we're very proud and pleased. Yeah. With the knowledge for Martin Gerard and Craig and Fatmir, Craig in particular, he lives and breathes this area. He lives in the area. So I know, and he has lived here for a decade or more, I think. So that you're in good hands. He knows every single street. He knows what neighborhoods are like. And from selling perspective, when a prospective buyer comes, they might not be from this area. And if they're coming from outside, they might have questions like, where is the nearest place or a bus stop or railway station? And for someone to embody that area is very, very important. So absolutely, hands down. And just another part of it as well, I've got a friend who is a developer and he knows Craig from decades ago as well. And Craig doesn't know this, that we're talking about it, but he gave in a good word for him as well without me asking. So that's for Craig. Yeah. So communications wise, the team are brilliant at Martin Gerard. And at this time, I would say it's Martin Gerard as a whole, because, you ring the office and that if Craig is not around, if he's interviewing, these are normal things. We all have our own meetings and jobs. So the message will be passed on. If he's not around, there would be Fatmir or Ben picking up. Fatmir has been absolutely amazing. He has, every single time, if he couldn't answer my phone call, as soon as he was out of the meeting, I would get a phone call or a message or an update. Sometimes even I wasn't following up and he would update me from front side. So that was quite incredible. So communications wise, it was brilliant. And I mean, it has taken us less than 3 months to move from our property. And that's telling as to how brilliant of a job they have done. And this doesn't happen without, if you look at it as a project, comms in a project management, because I am a project manager, are very key to keep it moving. And without good specific communication, you couldn't move this in such a stellar time. We work in a very customer-centric environment as well. And so I understand that you understand your clients' needs better than sometimes they do. And I think definitely Martin Gerard have definitely gone above and beyond. And there are a few things that come to my mind, but in not just thinking from our perspective, but also from the buyer's perspective. The buyer wanted to bring his children to see the property later. So how do you make that happen when several surveys have happened? And then, but the way Fatmir and Craig deliver the news to me to make sure that I'm happy with that. And of course, I wouldn't have said no to it, but in such a way that both the parties feel balanced and heard. And that's a tricky place to be in, where you're in between. And so they're working for us as well as the buyer in a way, because they want to make sure that both the parties are happy when they sell and when they buy, kind of thing. So I feel like in those kind of situations where the emotional entanglement of human relationship comes into place, they have navigated that space really, really well and helped both the parties really well. The reason why I'm doing this testimonial is because I feel like if you are someone like us, if you want to make sure you're very proud of your property, your house, your home, and you're looking for the next step in your life in the future, but want to also have the best possible outcome for the home, and someone else gets this amazing home and have a very seamless experience, I think Martin Gerard would be a great step for you to take. The team are really, welcoming, and you just feel a part of the family. I mean, I do. I know that I'll be in touch with Craig as well. Unfortunately, where we are going, there's no Martin Gerard. But yeah, so I would highly recommend them for your journey of sale or buying. Definitely worth getting in touch. And that's why, taking this time to give the testimonial, because a lot of people, we are very quick at complaining, but when you get a nice experience, I feel it's worth sharing so other people can take part in it as well.